Let me ask you something. Are you living the life you want or just accepting the life you have? Most people drift through life, hoping things will change, but hope is not a strategy. Success isn't about luck, it's about mastering the process. There are 4 stages that separate those who dream from those who do. And if you commit to them, nothing can stop you. You want more? More success, more freedom, more fulfillment? It's time to take control, break through limitations, and create the life you were meant for. Are you ready? Because this is where everything changes. Clarity is power. Without a clear and compelling vision, you will find yourself drifting through life, reacting to circumstances instead of creating the future you desire. Think about it. When was the last time you achieved something great by accident? Success is never a coincidence. It is a direct result of having a precise target and an unshakable commitment to reaching it. The problem is that most people don't even know what they truly want. They have vague desires like, I want to be successful, I want more money, or I want to be happier. But these statements are weak because they lack specificity and emotional depth. How much money do you want? What kind of success are you striving for? What does happiness look like to you? If you can't define it in detail, how will you ever get there? Imagine setting out on a road trip without knowing the destination. You might drive around aimlessly, hoping you end up somewhere nice, but the chances of arriving exactly where you want to be are slim. That's how most people approach life. They take action without direction, and then wonder why they feel stuck, unfulfilled, or frustrated. The most successful individuals don't leave their future to chance. They design it with intention. They have a vivid mental picture of their ideal life, and that clarity guides their decisions, habits, and daily actions. One of the most powerful things you can do right now is to sit down and define your vision with precision. Close your eyes and imagine your life 5 years from now. Where are you living? What kind of work are you doing? How do you feel when you wake up in the morning? What kind of relationships do you have? The more detailed you get, the more real it becomes. Your brain is a goal-seeking mechanism, and when you give it a clear and emotionally compelling target, it begins working behind the scenes to help you get there. But clarity isn't just about knowing what you want, it's also about understanding why it matters. The strength of your reasons will determine the level of action you take. If your why is weak, you'll quit at the first sign of difficulty. But if your reasons are deeply personal, if they stir up a fire inside you, nothing will stop you. Maybe you want financial freedom so you can give your family a better life. Or perhaps you want to achieve peak health so you can have the energy to fully enjoy life. When your why is strong enough, you'll find the how. This is not about wishful thinking or just writing down some goals and hoping they happen. It's about creating an undeniable vision that excites you, one that makes you jump out of bed every morning with purpose, because when you are clear on what you want and why you want it, you will be pulled toward your future with unstoppable force. Once you have clarity, the next step is action, massive action. This is where most people fall short. They set goals, they make plans, but they hesitate when it's time to execute. They wait for the perfect moment, the perfect conditions, the perfect opportunity. But perfection is a myth, and waiting only leads to wasted time. The truth is, nothing changes until you take action, and not just any action. Massive, consistent, and deliberate action that creates momentum. Momentum is the key to success in anything. Have you ever noticed how the hardest part of anything is getting started? Once you get going, once you take that first step, it becomes easier to keep moving forward. It's like pushing a heavy boulder. At first, it barely moves, but once you get it rolling, it takes on a life of its own. The same is true in life. When you take massive action, you generate momentum, and momentum breeds confidence, progress, and results. The mistake people make is playing small. They take timid steps, hoping that minimal effort will lead to big results. But success rewards those who go all in. If you want to be great at something, you can't dabble. You have to immerse yourself. You have to commit at a level most people won't. That means outworking, outlearning, and outlasting everyone else. It means pushing yourself beyond your comfort zone, because that's where growth happens. Another key to taking massive action is modeling success. You don't have to reinvent the wheel. Whatever it is you want to achieve, someone has already done it. Study them. Learn what they did, how they think, what actions they took, and then apply those principles in your own life. Too many people waste time trying to figure everything out on their own when the answers are already out there. Find mentors, read books, invest in your education, and surround yourself with people who challenge you to grow. Taking action doesn't mean you won't face obstacles. In fact, the bigger the goal, the more challenges you will encounter. But challenges are not signs to stop. They are signs to adapt and push harder. Every successful person you admire has faced setbacks, failures, and moments of doubt. The difference is they kept going. They didn't let temporary defeat define them. They adjusted, they learned, and they took even bigger action. Success is a numbers game. The more action you take, the more opportunities you create. The more risks you take, the more you learn. The more failures you experience, the closer you get to success. But you can't just take action once and expect lasting results. You have to stay consistent, day after day, even when you don't feel like it, even when progress seems slow, because over time, those small daily efforts compound into massive breakthroughs. The bottom line is this: action separates winners from dreamers. While most people sit around waiting for the right moment, the successful ones are out there making things happen. Don't wait. Don't hesitate. Take massive action now and let momentum carry you forward. No matter how much clarity you have or how much action you take, challenges are inevitable. Life will test you. Things won't always go as planned. You'll face setbacks, failures, and obstacles that make you question whether you should keep going. This is the point where most people quit. They see adversity as a sign that they're not meant to succeed, that maybe it's just not the right time, or that they're not good enough. But that mindset is exactly what keeps them stuck. The truth is, obstacles aren't meant to stop you. They're meant to shape you. They're opportunities to grow, to adapt, to become stronger and more resilient. Think about the most successful people in the world. They didn't get to where they are because everything worked perfectly. They got there because they learned how to adjust. They didn't let setbacks define them. They used setbacks to refine their approach. If something isn't working, change your strategy. If one door closes, find another way in. Winners don't sit around complaining about the problem. They focus on solutions. The ability to adapt is one of the most powerful skills you can develop. Look at any successful entrepreneur, athlete, or leader, and you'll see someone who has faced failure and turned it into fuel. They don't see failure as an endpoint, they see it as feedback. Every time something doesn't work, it's giving you valuable information. It's telling you what needs to change, what needs improvement, and where your weaknesses are. But if you take failure personally and let it crush your confidence, you miss out on the lesson that could have taken you to the next level. One of the biggest reasons people struggle with adapting is fear. Fear of making mistakes, fear of wasting time, fear of looking foolish. But growth only happens when you step outside your comfort zone. If you're unwilling to take risks and adjust your approach, you'll stay exactly where you are. The people who succeed aren't necessarily the smartest or the most talented. They're the ones who refuse to give up. They try, they fail, they learn, and they try again. Over time, they develop the ability to handle any challenge that comes their way. Resilience isn't something you're born with, it's something you build. Every time you push through an obstacle, instead of backing down, you get stronger. Every time you choose to find a solution, instead of making an excuse, you become more resourceful. The more you practice adapting, the more natural it becomes. Eventually, setbacks that used to shake you will barely faze you. You'll start seeing challenges as stepping stones instead of roadblocks. The key to long-term success isn't just hard work, it's flexibility. The world is constantly changing, and those who thrive are the ones who can adjust. No matter how many times you get knocked down, if you have the ability to adapt, you will always find a way forward. It's not about avoiding difficulties, it's about mastering the skill of overcoming them. Reaching a goal is one thing, but sustaining success and continuously growing is another. Mastery is the ultimate edge because it transforms achievement from a one-time event into a lifelong habit. The people who truly excel in any field aren't the ones who get lucky or have a brief moment of success. They're the ones who commit to constant improvement. They don't just hit a goal and stop. They refine, they evolve, and they push themselves to new heights. Mastery is about becoming the kind of person who naturally attracts success. It's not about working hard for a short period and then relaxing. It's about setting a new standard for yourself and making excellence a way of life. When you reach a certain level, the question isn't, can I do it again? The question is, how can I do it better? This mindset is what separates the good from the great. The key to mastery is consistency. Anyone can be motivated for a short period, but true mastery requires showing up every day, even when you don't feel like it. It's about developing habits and rituals that ensure you're always improving. The best athletes don't train only when they're inspired. The most successful entrepreneurs don't work only when things are easy. They commit to their craft no matter what. Another critical element of mastery is feedback. Most people avoid feedback because it exposes their weaknesses, but feedback is the fastest way to grow. The best performers actively seek out criticism because they know that's where the real learning happens. They surround themselves with coaches, mentors, and peers who push them to be better. They don't take feedback personally, they use it as fuel for improvement. Mastery also requires obsession with the process, not just the outcome. Many people set goals, achieve them, and then lose their drive. That's because they were focused only on the result, not on the journey. Those who reach the highest levels of success fall in love with the process. They find joy in learning, growing, and refining their skills. They don't see practice as a chore, they see it as a privilege. There's also an important mental shift that happens at this stage. In the beginning, success is something you chase, but when you reach mastery, success starts chasing you. Opportunities appear, people seek you out, and doors open naturally because you've become so skilled, so valuable that the world can't ignore you. You no longer have to prove yourself, your results speak for themselves. The reality is most people never reach this stage because they stop too soon. They settle when they could have gone further. They accept being good when they had the potential to be great. But for those who commit to mastery, the rewards are limitless. Success becomes who they are, not just something they achieve. They don't just win once, they keep winning because they've developed the habits, mindset, and discipline that make success inevitable.